can't touch this.
That's right.
You're always full of yourself, aren't you?
I try to be long as I can.
That's right.
We're getting to where you never know when the last time was the last time. So I'm gonna wear it out. What's that song? Take it to the limit.
Yeah.
Look, I found out why when I was young I couldn't figure out why the old ladies wore their skirts way up here. I know now. You can't get it zipped unless I pull it way up.
You ain't supposed to tell everything you know.
Oh yeah, that's all right.
That was a good song.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, especially that halftime show.
Oh my.
That was embarrassing for the entire planet.
I don't think I understood the 2 words at all. The youngest one. She didn't ask the question. Just the question. Me included.
Exactly. And you had to love the choice of
That looks like Lucas is going to get the giant.
he wouldn't complain.
See like it don't do all. All right, tell me come out behind.
Oh, that is Frank up there in the office shirt, isn't it? Frank singing. Well, there's one of them that looks favors him a lot. That's not him. That's not him. I like the way they're little movies. I think he would be on the basement.
How are you all tonight?
Lord, it's been years. I don't know. I don't know.
Always reminded me. Maybe that little man has a brother too.
like battery hardly. If I had known it, I was gonna sit right here. I could have brought a charger as an extra outlet right there. Just give me the phone and let you get the pictures. You do a good job. I get the pictures and video. He already said no. Oh, she said, does he have his phone? It is looking too like that's a Robbie.
There's just some things.
I said that was a Robbie look. A Robbie look. When you did that one cheek up, that's you and Robbie both do that. I didn't get a paper tonight. Did y'all?
There's this one I have to tell you about. For school that I have. It's a girl run something. It's $25 for the whole entire season. You pay $25 for one time. For the whole season. But I really want to. It's after school.
Testing.
Mom, it's after school. It's right after school.
the Monday, February meeting of the Southampton County School Board. We have 7 of our 9 school members present, so we do have a quorum. Is there a board member who needs to add an item to the agenda tonight?
Dr. Goodwin, I would like to add
Where?
under matters.
Okay, so Ms. Bond wants to add an item under matters from the board. So we would note that on your agenda. Is there another board member who needs to add an item to the agenda? So then could we have a motion then to approve the agenda as amended?
I move that we approve the agenda as written.
We have a motion by Ms. Lane.
Yes, sir.
A second by Mr. Scott, that we approve the agenda as amended. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. The minutes of our January meeting were included with your board documents. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes of our January meeting? So if there are no corrections to the minutes from that meeting, then the minutes stand approved as distributed. We're now down to recognitions. Our board believes in and supports celebrating student success. The Students of the Month program is one way that our division recognizes students for the academic performance, positive character trait demonstrations, and our extracurricular activity performances. It is indeed a highlight for us of our meetings. Dr. Shannon?
Yes, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our school board meeting. I want to take this moment to recognize some outstanding students who have gone above and beyond in their academics, leadership, and character. Each month, we celebrate students who exemplify excellence in their schools, whether through academic achievement, kindness, perseverance, or contributions to their community. Tonight, we are proud to recognize our Students of the Month. We will start with Capron Elementary School, Ms. Devonda Gary. And I would like to note that we are recognizing students for 2 months because of the weather last month. Ms. Gary.
Good afternoon, Dr. Shannon, Dr. Goodwin, and school board members. First, we would like to recognize River Gunn. River Gunn is a 4th grade student at Capron Elementary School. River is a quiet young lady who works really hard to give her best daily. River is also a marvelous artist, and we look forward to seeing what she will present for our art contest this year. River Gunn, please. Next, we would like to recognize Mariah Hill. Mariah is a 5th grade student at Capron Elementary School. Mariah is a member of Odyssey of the Mind, National Honor Society, and Beta Club. She was nominated by the 5th grade teachers because she is always on task and works hard towards achieving her goals. She is also polite and friendly. Mariah is always willing to lend a helping hand throughout Capron. Mariah Hill. Next, we would like to recognize Callie Perkins. Callie is a 2nd grade student at Capron Elementary School. Her teacher, Ms. Futrell, states that she works hard daily at giving everything her best effort. She is a great helper, and she is reliable when assistance is needed in the classroom. Callie Perkins. Last but not least, we have Delaney Pulley. Delaney is a 2nd grade student at Capron as well. Her teacher, Mrs. McGee, states that she is always on task and is very responsible. Delaney sets a good example for all of her classmates. Delaney Pulley.
Ms. Gary. Next, we have Ms. Susan Fowler, Meharon Elementary School.
Good evening, Dr. Shannon, Dr. Goodwin, and members of the board. I am here to announce some fabulous Meharon Eagles. First, I'd like to highlight Trayon Artis. I didn't see Trayon come in, but I did want to highlight that he's one of our fabulous fifth graders at Meharon. He is a friend to all of his classmates and keeps his teachers smiling. He is always willing to lend a helping hand. He is also part of our winter program we did. He was the main star, and he does have perfect attendance. So another round of applause for Trayon Artis. Next, we have Berkeley Futrell. This is Berkeley. Berkeley is another one of our fabulous fifth graders. She is one of the most kind, compassionate, and caring Eagles at Meharon. She is always thinking of others and putting their needs before hers. She makes everyone laugh and can talk to just about anyone or anything that will listen. She's also a member of our Odyssey of the Mind team, Berkeley Futrell. All right, next, if I could call up Miss Serenity Hill. Serenity is one of our second graders at Meharon. She is kind and respectful. She does her best on all assignments. She always has a positive attitude from the time that she gets off the bus, which I get to see her smile every morning, to the time that she gets back on that bus in the afternoon. Serenity Hill. And then next we have Jesse Griffin. Jesse is a fourth grader at Meharon. He was nominated by his teacher, Ms. Wise, because he is very helpful in class. He's very polite and is always respectful. Jesse also has a positive attitude and a smile on his face. Jesse Griffin.
All right, next we have Nottoway Elementary School, Miss Susan Street.
It is my pleasure. I am going to call up some amazing Nottoway Cougars. First one up is Parks Packer. Come on up. He is a second grade student here at Nottoway, and he has been working hard on his academics, and I will tell you that he is definitely one of my most school-spirited students that I have at Nottoway. He will dress up in every single way, from head to toe, every single dress-up day. Also for December, I have Miss Ellie Babb. Ellie Babb is one of my fifth grade students. Come on up, Ellie. She is one of our, she has been working very, very hard. She has always tried her very, very best in everything that she does. She is someone who is working hard on completing all of her assignments, and the growth that we have seen from Miss Ellie Babb has been fantastic over the years, and we are so proud of her, and we're gonna hate to lose her next year. Miss Ellie Babb. Now for January, that first one goes to Miss Jordan Sullivan, my second grade student. Come on up, Jordan. Miss Jordan is an outstanding student. She has an amazing work ethic. She is so friendly and kind. I just got her last year, and she is someone that is absolutely just a joy to have. I don't know how we stole her, but I'm going to keep her forever and ever. Miss Jordan Sullivan. And last but not least, I have Brantley Powell. Brantley Powell, come on up. He is another one of my fifth grade students at Nottoway Elementary School. He came to me as a pre-K-er. He left for just a brief short time, but then he came back to me. Brantley Powell, over the years, I have seen his growth in every single way. He has grown academically, he has grown in maturity, and he has been nothing but a joy to have at Nottoway Elementary. I'm sadly going to miss him next year, but I know he's going to do amazing things. Mr. Brantley Powell.
Next we have Riverdale Elementary School, Mr. Paul Key and Mrs. Amisha Warren.
Good evening. Now we'll present Riverdale Elementary School's December Superintendent Student of the Month. Can I have Malaysia Bradshaw to the podium? Even though Malaysia's not here, she is a first grade student at Riverdale. She is very respectful and a hardworking student. She is a joy to have in class, Miss Baker says. Can I have Emma Gourlay to the podium? Emma is a 5th grade student at RES. She is always helpful, attentive, quiet, and always strives to do her best. Emma will advocate for herself if she needs extra help and assistance. She always lives by We Rise by lifting others.
Now for January Student of the Month, the first student is Cameron Thompson. Cameron is a respectful and hard worker. He is always willing to help his classmates and assist his teacher running errands and passing out papers. He completes all class assignments and most of all takes pride in his classwork. And this is from his 4th grade teacher. Next up is Ashton Edwards. Ashton is a hard worker with a fantastic attitude and manners. He is a generous friend to everyone and goes above and beyond in the classroom daily. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Riverdale. Next we have Southampton Middle School, Mr. Mark Barfield, Dr. Mark Barfield, Mrs. Patricia Jackson, and Ms. Jasmine Galloway. You know what? I made a mistake. We have a new principal at the middle school, Miss Tiffany Madison. Let's give Ms. Madison a hand, guys. Sorry.
Good evening, everyone. Superintendent, distinguished members of the board, distinguished chairwoman. Let's start this off with 6th grade. Okay, for December, we're going to begin with Shaylin Artist for 6th grade. Ms. Shaylin Artist comes to class every day with a kind attitude and eager to learn, and all of her teachers say she is a pleasure to teach. Next, we have Mr. Braden Boone for 6th grade. Braden is always on time to class and gladly follows directions when asked by all of his teachers. And for January, we have Julian Darden. Julian Darden is always a very well-behaved young man, and he always does his work. He is polite to everyone, no matter what or who he sits next to. As far as like beside the wall, he's always respectful there whenever his classmates are. He's respectful of them as well. And last but not least, I have Miss Haley Cook. Haley is always well behaved and does all of her work. She is always willing to help her teachers when needed or help other students who are struggling. Let's give a round of applause for all of our 6th grade students. Thank you all.
Good evening, Dr. Shannon, Dr. Goodwin, and members of the board. We are going to start with my December Students of the Month, Lucas Bly. Lucas is a future magnet fisher who enjoys playing on the VR with his brother. He is a scholar who is dedicated to learning and improving his understanding in all subjects. He sets an excellent example for others in the classroom and in life. Next, I have Alyssa Dawson. Alyssa is respectful and conscientious. She is a quiet intellectual who always puts forth her best effort. This amazing young lady also loves to draw and paint and excels in her art class. Next, for January, I have Emerald DeFore. Emma is new to Southampton Middle School, but has quickly made friends and is setting an example for others with her kindness. She aspires to be an Air Force pilot. Emma is also musically talented and enjoys singing in the chorus. And last but not least, I have Hunter Casper. Hunter is a scholar who excels in science and history. He sets an example for others with his respectful behavior and hard work. He aspires to be a voice actor in the future.
Good evening, Dr. Goodwin, board members, Dr. Shannon, and the community at large. For the 8th grade, we would like to recognize first Angela Boone. Angela is a respectful and hard working student. She continues to show continuous improvement in her academics according to Dr. Zodikofer. Angela Boone. Austin Barnes is our next, and he shared with me today. Unfortunately, he would not be able to be here tonight. Austin has strong work ethics. He constantly turns in work on time. He's willing to assist other students when they need assistance. Austin Barnes. Next, we have Lainey Butler. Lainey Butler. Lainey is nice and respectful. She is conscientious and completing her assignments and her virtual civics and economics according to the virtual facilitator, Ms. White. She stays focused and is willing to assist other peers. It is my honor to salute Lainey Butler on this evening. And last is Colin Berry. Colin is not here tonight. He's celebrating his birthday today. Colin is respectful at all times. He works hard to complete his art assignments. According to Ms. Flowers, he is an independent worker. He gladly assists wherever needed in the classroom. Colin Berry. Thank you.
All right, and last but not least, we have Southampton High School with Mr. Baraka.
Good evening, Dr. Goodwin, Dr. Shannon, distinguished board members, and parent partners. I am Jafar Baraka, and I'm the proud principal of Southampton High School. For December, our student of the month is Miss Vivian Chin, 11th grade. So Miss Vivian could not make it tonight this evening because she is with her parents and they are working at their family restaurant in Portland. But Miss Vivian is a very persistent in her desire for academic success. She is efficient and persistent in her desire to also connect with her community members and her friends. She is also warm, kind, and cares so much about many of her teachers and again, friends at our high school. That's Miss Vivian Chin. Next up, we have Christian Sasser, 11th grade. So interestingly enough, Christian could not make it also here this evening. He is working as well, but he has such a sense of humility when we spoke with him about his award that he wished we could have given it to someone else because he believes in others even more so than he believes in himself to receive this award. So let's give it up for Christian Sasser. For the month of January, we have Miss Amani Evans, 10th grade. Oh yeah, thank you. So Miss Amani's at the basketball game. And she is a 10th grader at our school here at Southampton High School. She brings an affectionate smile and she is warm. She has a warm presence wherever she goes. She's also known for her loving and kind heart, her sense of connection with nature, her gentle spirit, and one of her greatest strengths is that she excels academically. She's also currently enrolled in our dual enrollment program with for the Paul D camp, and Amani loves science. Miss Amani Evans. Our last student of the month for 12th grade, Mr. Eli Slezak. Mr. Eli. Mr. Eli, I'm so glad to see you this evening. Thank you for showing up. Eli is currently a 12th grader who is eagerly looking forward to graduation. He possesses a kind and gentle spirit coupled with a strong academic excellence. And as a participant in our dual enrollment program with Paul D. Camp, he has demonstrated a dedication to his studies. Mr. Paul Slezak.
On behalf of the entire board, I do want to congratulate each and every student. You make us so proud with all that you do. I also want to thank the parents because we realize that it's only through the combined efforts of family, staff, parents that we can do this work that we do to make sure that our students receive the best education possible. At this point, I invite parents and students to stay for the remainder of our meeting. However, we will take about a 5-minute break because Ms. Key likes to take a picture of all the students out in the foyer. So students will make their way to the front, to the place where Ms. Key can take pictures of you. And the parents and other family members would like to leave at this time. Please do so, but we invite you to stay. Thank you so much for coming and for your
You gotta get up front.
So I think everybody's back.
Good day.
School board members, are we back? Are we ready to resume with the agenda? So again, I do want to congratulate the students, and I want to thank the parents who were here for the student recognitions. As I said before, it is a highlight of our meeting to recognize students who have achieved, whether it's academically or whether it's socially or whether it's just being a great person. We do have some other recognitions tonight, and at this time the superintendent is going to talk about some of the proclamations and recognitions. Dr. Shannon?
Sure. So our first proclamation is in honor of our school board members, and it's School Board Appreciation Month. This proclamation has been signed by the Governor of Virginia, Governor Youngkin, and the proclamation recognizes February as School Board Appreciation Month. And I would just like to say that I am grateful for our school board members and for them keeping the holistic needs of our students at the forefront of all that they do. So thank you all so much, school board members. Our second recognition is for school board clerks, and it's School Board Clerk Appreciation Week, and that week is February the 17th through the 21st, and the School Board Clerk Appreciation Week was set aside so that persons would understand and be aware of the work and responsibilities of school board clerks. They are responsible for keeping accurate records of the meetings and proceedings of school boards, as well as records of all receipts, disbursements, and records of all official acts. In addition to that, they, of course, have other duties, and I won't read them all to you, but Ms. Artist is our school board clerk, and Ms. Artist, we are grateful for what you do for our school board, so thank you. February the 3rd through the 7th was School Counseling Week. And we all know the critical role that school counselors play, not only in the lives of children, but in our communities. And we have phenomenal school counselors here at Southampton County Public Schools. Our governor did sign a proclamation or a certificate recognizing School Counselors Week. And we salute our school counselors, and we're just grateful for what they do. So thank you, school counselors. And last but not least, Career and Technical Education Month, which is the month of February, and the theme for this month, or this year, is Celebrate Today and Own Tomorrow. We recognize that not all children aspire to go to four-year institutions. However, there is a path for them in career technical education, and we have a robust CTE program here at Southampton County Public School Division, and I'm excited about what we've done done thus far and what the future holds in CTE. So thank you all so much.
Thank you, Dr. Shannon. You probably noticed all the gifts at the spaces where school board members are sitting. And these are gifts that school board members receive from each school. So on behalf of the entire school board, I do want to thank the principals and the schools for recognizing us and for being so generous in your giving. So we really appreciate the gifts that you've given us. So we really, really thank you. It makes us feel special. We are now going to move into the public comment period of our meeting. Although Virginia law does not require us to hold a public comment period, the Southampton County School Board chooses to do so because we believe it's important for us to hear from our community members. We value what our
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Carr, Director of Finance, is on her way to the podium to make that report for the board. Thank you, Ms. Carr.
Good evening, all present tonight. Can I bring your attention, please, to the preliminary expenditure report for the month of January? As you can see, our local operating budget is at $36,970,753. Expenditures through January 31st total $17,410,247.15. This leaves us a balance of $19,560,505.85. Please note that as of the date of this report, 47.09% has been expended from the local operating budget. The January bill list has been attached to the agenda for the board's approval tonight. Are there any questions?
Members, any questions for Ms. Carr?
Madam Chair, I'm sorry.
I make a motion that we pay the bills as presented.
I second.
We have a motion by Ms. Vaughn, a second by Mr. Rogers to approve the bills as presented. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you. Next action item is Region University Agreement. Dr. Shannon.
Yes, tonight we have Dr. Bellevue with us, and Dr. Bellevue has with her representatives from Regent University. And in your packet, you will find a presentation as well as an early college agreement. And we're just excited about the opportunities for collaboration and potential partnership with Regent University. So Dr. Bellevue will share that information with us. Thank you
so much. Thank you, Dr. Shannon, Dr. Goodwin, board members, community members, and those who are streaming. Thank you for having me tonight. I'm so excited and so honored to introduce to you Mr. Covington and Dean Kirsick, who are highly respected and well-known in the Regent community. They are here to discuss today our partnership for our students, our staff members, but most importantly, with community members. So even if an individual does not work at Southampton County Public Schools, they can get a discount to attend Regent University, which is awesome. And they will tell you more about it. So Mr. Covington, Mr. Persick, please come and share your good evening.
Thank you.
Good evening, Dr. Shannon, Dr. Goodwin, members of the board, community members. Thank you for having us. We're so grateful to be here. And tonight we wanted to, well, first let me just tell you again, my name is Aaron Covington. I've got with me a wonderful colleague, Dean Kressick, who will speak to you in a moment as well. We're here, we're so pleased at the wonderful work that you all are doing that is happening through all of these halls and all of the buildings across Southampton County. And we're here to present some opportunities to say, how can we add value to what you are doing to make quality education affordable and accessible for your staff, for your students, and for the families of the community. So that's what we're here to do. I have a few opportunities that I've outlined, a few invitations, if you will. So I have them up on the slide, but we are so pleased to offer you a few invitations. One is a 20% discount or scholarship for Southampton County Public Schools staff. All the folks that are working hard, whether it's cleaning or cooking or administrating or teaching, we want to make sure that these folks can have an affordable education that's accessible. So we're offering 20% discount for that and extending that to spouses and to dependents as well. It's the whole family unit. Additionally, having high schoolers, as you know, start that college education while they're still in high school, statistically they are more likely to enroll in a school and to complete that degree, and we love that. We want to help students do that and help them save money in the process. So we're so pleased at Regent University we're able to offer our early college program for $75 per credit hour. Our a wonderful value to get started on your college education while you're still in high school. So that's an opportunity for those high school juniors and seniors to engage with dual enrollment or just take a bonus class as a high school student to pick up that college credit. We'd love to do that. And then additionally, Dean Kressig will speak a little bit more about this, but opportunities for your staff to continue growing and advancing in their careers and for you to fill some of those vital roles. We would love to have a seat at that table and be a partner for you to have your staff members engage in their education to do that. Just a little bit more about Regent University to follow up Dr. Bellevue. Regent has 37,000 plus alumni presently in all 50 states and 141 countries around the world, so we're well known. And your students within this school district, all the way up to folks pursuing their doctorates. We have 150 plus areas of study. Those can be completed online or on campus. Some of those that'll just highlight briefly: the early college, starting for high school juniors, like I said, all the way up through certificates and bachelor's programs, associates, doctoral, and if somebody wants to be a lawyer, hey, we've got a nationally ranked law program, or a psychologist, or a teacher. We've got those programs, and we would just love to work with your community to help them be able to access that. I did hear of one of the high school students that wants to go into the military, so we love that. I don't have a slide on it, but we have a wonderful naval preparatory program, or our ROTC program, and some of those are wonderful scholarships that we have at Regent University as well for folks who are looking to commission in the Navy. We've got a wonderful scholarship for that. So just some opportunities that we have that we would like to put before you. And I'd like to bring up our Dean of the School of Education, Kirk Kressig.
Thank you, Eric. Good evening, Dr. Shannon, Dr. Goodwin, board members, community members, and Southampton County teachers and staff. My name is Kirk Kressig, and I serve Regent University as Dean of the School of Education. Just wanted to share a little bit about our school and what we do. Regent University has around 12,000 students. 1,500 of those students are continuously enrolled in our School of Education. This is an example of the hard work that our faculty and students do. It affirms that we're doing the right things. We are ranked number 4 for our online programs. Keep in mind, we understand working professional teachers, administrators, staff. Online learning is where we have to go right now because of the busy schedules. But we're also ranked 85th in the nation. That puts us almost at the 80th percentile, and where we're some heavy hitters there. So I think we do a good job overall. You may ask, why Regent? It's right here in Virginia Beach. Well, first, we are an online school. We were doing online before anybody else for 40 years. We have online education. We have 8 weeks flexible classes we call asynchronous. That doesn't mean that a teacher or staff member has to log in at a certain time. They can access the content, access the videos, question the teacher on their time. We've discounted our program. In fact, I can beat Aaron's 20% discount substantially with our school, whether it's a cohort or whether it's an individual person that just wants to come here. We've also done things like if a teacher wants to go back to school, they really don't plan 4 months in advance to take a GRE or MAT. We've removed that. It's not indicative of future performance. So the application process is easy, and we train teachers, we train administrators, we train staff to become teachers better than anyone else in the area. Give you an example of a few things here. We have, and I do apologize for the photograph there, the provisional license courses that we have for our teachers. We discounted those to $200 a credit hour, $600 a course for any of your teachers who may be going through provisional license. If they need courses, these are online courses. They're 8 weeks, and they can finish the provisional license courses very, very, very quickly, and they can take more than 1 class every 8 weeks. We also have a partnership with iTeach. This is brand new. I don't know if you've heard of iTeach. iTeach is it's a private business that's come in to train teachers. Well, we will accept, if you have a candidate teaching in your division with an iTeach certificate and a Virginia license, we will take that as 12 credits into one of our programs, Masters in Teaching, with a concentration. It could be in administration, it could be in reading, it could be special education. We have a number of programs to help your teachers right now become more highly qualified, or even if somebody wants to be a teacher and they're a staff member, how do they go about that? We offer undergraduate classes all the way up through doctoral level classes. Another thing that we have for our faculty and potential teachers and administrators, we have a career switcher program that was originally focused on the military, transferring back to civilian life. That's a tremendous program. The gentleman right there was the national career switcher a couple years ago, John Penikowski. That program has fantastic faculty. And again, when we look at our faculty, we're practitioner oriented. All of our faculty have been teachers. They've walked the walk. They've been building administrators, central office staff. So teachers, staff, students are being taught by people who have walked the walk. We also have special education. We have a new master's program in special education with a mentoring component that is new. Nobody else is doing this. We know that if somebody wants to be a special ed teacher, all they need to do is take the maybe 1 or 2 entry-level special education courses, and they can be provisionally certified to become a special ed teacher. I appreciate that. We need good special ed teachers, but they may not be qualified yet to make those decisions. So we provide an on-site mentor for a school division. So this individual goes school to school, classroom to classroom, sits down with provisionally licensed special ed teachers and coaches them and mentors them through what does it mean when you're writing an IEP, when you're acting as the LEA and you're taking somebody through the IEP process or with parents. So we've added that mentoring aspect, which is crucial for their learning. We also have reading, TESOL, gifted and talented, CNI. We're fully accredited through the Virginia Department of Education and nationally accredited through CAPE. And we just got through our CAPE accreditation with no areas for improvement or stipulations. We have a clean bill of health. One of the other programs I want to talk about is our administrative program, how we train assistant principals and principals. And let me say, one of our districts that we work with, we have trained almost 70% of the current building administrators, either the assistant principal or the principal, and sometimes both, in one of our neighboring schools. And that school system is flourishing right now. And again, we bring in heavy components of mentoring throughout this process. And I've had the slide up here just so you can look at what do we focus on, not only in our coursework, but with the mentoring and the internship, we focus on safe school best practices, special education law and processes, ESL, science-based reading and literacy practices, data literacy. We're now bringing in aspects of the new accountability system that you are going through. We are bringing that into our schools so that all of our students know exactly what is expected as an administrator, along with coaching towards improvement for teachers, and of course, and not least, but ethical behavior, ethical leadership. That's a big part of Regent University. What does it mean when you're leading a community, you're building trust? We have some other future opportunities also. Grow your own programs. We're looking to partner with a Grow Your Own program. If you have high school students or teacher assistants that want to become teachers, we can help them become fully certified with a Virginia education license. We also are looking to partner with a new principal apprenticeship that just came out 2 weeks ago from the Virginia Department of Education, where they're providing funding to train assistant principals ready for the principalship in the coming years. And then we also provide ongoing professional development for schools, school systems, and this is a service we provide to you. Whether you are looking at training or professional development for administrators to be able to go into classrooms and identify best teaching practices by name and coach teachers, or if you're looking at special education, how do we do a better job with equipping our current special education teachers? We provide that as a service that is at no cost. So call on us anytime, and we'd be happy to come here or do it virtually. And virtually is one of those things where we say we come here, but most people opt for the virtual option, but we have those once a month in all different aspects of education. So I thank you for your time, and thank you for inviting us to share a little bit about our university. Thank you.
Any questions, board members, about this partnership opportunity? Questions that even the superintendent could ask and could answer?
I just want to say I appreciate you coming. I graduated from Regent with my EDS several years ago, but it was an amazing program, and like you said, the 8-week courses were really
We get it, working adults, you're tired, and we understand our students are weekend warriors. The work comes Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Sunday. During the week it's very difficult. So we've adjusted our due dates and everything else around the working teacher.
Anything?
Thank you.
Thank you all so much for coming down. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, and I just wanted to reiterate to SBS staff, so even if you do not want to go back to school, if you have someone in your household that wants to go back to school, you are eligible for that 20% discount, as long as you work for Southampton County Public Schools. So just in case you didn't catch that, you would get that 20% discount, which is why this makes this partnership also so special. So thank you, Dean Krosick and Mr. Covington.
Thank you, Dr. Covington.
Thank you.
I do have another presentation after that.
Thank you, that's exciting. But we do need a board approval for this opportunity, so what's your pleasure?
Move that we would enter into partnerships.
I'm sorry, can you?
Sorry, can you hear me now? I move that we would give the I think the superintendent would have the capacity to enter into the contract. We've given her authority, is that right?
The superintendent can enter into a contract, but she wants board approval for her to move forward with this.
Yeah, so I move that we give the superintendent permission to move forward with this partnership.
We have a motion by Mr. Rogers. Was that a second, Ms. Lane? So I have a motion by Mr. Rogers, a second by Ms. Lane, to move forward with this partnership with Regent University, this opportunity. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Thank you, Tim. We're excited about this opportunity.
Thank you.
Just the beginning. Okay, Dr. Shannon, you want to move to the next item on the agenda, which is a summer program?
Yes, Dr. Bellevue will also make a short presentation on that program as well, and that's a partnership with Virginia State University.
Another partnership. So this is a partnership with Virginia State University for their Summer Transportation Institute. It's called STEP. And so with this program, it is open to 9th through 12th graders, but I did ask them if we could open it to our 8th graders now. And so they opened it to our 8th graders, so that way our middle school students would have an opportunity to attend. So let me just give you an overview of this. So the purpose of this is to create awareness and spark interest in transportation industry careers. With this partnership, it does align with SCPS goals as far as providing educational opportunities to our students. They will also be working in the field of robotics, bridge design, communication, aerodynamics. So it's not just transportation, they're learning other skills as well. They will also go to, if you see the picture here, the Shannon Air Museum, the Keystone Truck and Tractor Museum, so they'll have opportunities to explore. The students will receive a $200 stipend at the end of the program. What's great about the program is that they made an exception for us. It actually starts the week of June 14th, but because our students will be in school till that Friday, they will permit us to start the following week, and our students will still be eligible for that $200 stipend as well. And then SCPS will provide, our transportation team will bring the students to and from Virginia State University. So what will happen is that our students will meet here at the high school in the morning. It starts at 8 a.m., so they'll meet around 7. The driver will drive in Virginia State University. They'll have lunch, they'll engage in their program. Our driver will pick them up, bring them back home, bring them back to school, and our parents will come and pick up their children. So that's what's great about that as well. And it is a day program, so it's not overnight. As I stated before, it aligns with goals that with SCPS. Specifically, if you look at our 6 goals, Goal 1, expand learning opportunities and increase student achievement. Goal 4, expand community and parental partnerships. So those are 2 goals specifically that it aligns with. Now, the application process. If you see on the screen here, I have a QR code. The QR code will lead you directly to my email. I'll also put up information this week on our Facebook, but the application process really consists of filling out a 1-page application. There are 5 slots, so they gave us 5 slots. There are 15 slots total, but we were given 5 students that week that can come into the program. So I'm encouraging parents, 8th graders and 9th graders and 10th graders to sign up. Still, I mean, even if we fill that 5 slots, will put you on a waiting list. In the event a student is unable to attend, at least someone else can fill that slot. There's no cost to parents. The application deadline is March 31st. So you'll email me by March 31st. There's the QR code. I'll also post a flyer and information on there on Facebook as well. And that's it.
Any questions, Dr. Bellevue and Dr. Shannon? Board members? Comments, questions?
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. Again, this is another program that needs board approval to move forward. So we have a motion by Mr. Scott, a second by Ms. Lane, that we participate in the Virginia State University Summer Transportation Institute for students. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. The next item on the agenda is the makeup days, the calendar adjustment. Dr. Sher.
Let me get the documents to share with you. This artist is passing out a hard copy.
So Dr. Shannon, what we need you to do is to tell us what option you are recommending.
So, all right, so as everyone knows, due to inclement weather, our students have missed 6 days of school. 2 of those days do not have to be made up because our calendar is a 182-day calendar as opposed to a 180-day calendar. And so that leaves us with 4 days to make up. So I explored a number of options and I listed the options before you. And Dr. Goodwin, of course, would like for me to make a recommendation, and I will. Honestly, I think, and I absolutely hate for us to not be able to celebrate President's Day. But for me, the first option will be the option that I would recommend. And that option entails us going to school Monday, February the 17th, which is President's Day, us taking the first day of spring break, which will be April the 21st, and then 2 half teacher work days, or the teacher work days being converted to instructional days, and that will be June the 16th and June the 17th.
Okay. Questions, comments, reports? So the superintendent is recommending option 1, which would mean that we would have school on those 4 days that are listed there.
So if we were to go with option 2, looks like it is just converting early dismissal days to full days. There wouldn't be any additional days that they would have to come that they're not already scheduled. Is that correct?
That is correct.
But would
So-
you have President's Day off?
Yes, they would be able to have President's Day off.
I would tend to think if you've got families who have made plans for spring break that we're probably not going to have people really happy about giving up the Monday of spring break.
Got it.
And then you're also, you're building back in June 16th and 17th, which would have kids coming back when they're thinking that they're already done. And again, you might have people that have made plans to be out of town. So that being said, I would tend to lean toward the second option, which is just converting early dismissal days to full days. days that people would already be planning to be here. That's just my opinion.
I think so too, but I think if we go with option one and then having them come back Monday and Tuesday, it's gonna affect attendance. And since, we don't want low attendance on those days where they're already here. Option two, it will keep our average daily membership numbers up.
The challenge with option two though, is that teachers lose that time for planning, grading, all those things that they use that time for that is really critical for them because teaching is already so challenging.
And I understand that. I get that they lose that planning time, but I would guess if we ask them that the teachers probably want their Monday of spring break as well, if we had to ask. So, it still gives them their full days off, even though they're losing those half days
Well, there is option 4, that is a combination of the above, that you use Monday, February 17th as a day, but then the other 3 you convert.
That day, would that move the graduation back?
We would not adjust graduation.
June 17th, that would be a last day of school.
Right, option 4 would have students coming back to school on June 16th and 17th, as to where with option 2, they're done by June 13th. So again, if you've got people who have made plans for that first week of summer, then you're involving having students come on days that they weren't originally scheduled.
Where are we in total instructional hours with the loss of the 6 days? Because we can do 990 for instructional hours or 180 days, right?
Yes, and even with us missing the 6 days, we'll still have the 990 instructional hours.
However, my belief is that you can't say there's been learning loss and address learning loss by decreasing teaching time. So my belief is that we do need to make up the time and not just teach the minimum of 990 hours that the students need the instructional time.
Yeah, I don't favor bringing folks in on federal holidays for school or the first day of spring break if we have those hours, and if we can convert and grab some of the extra hours back from the early dismissal days, I'd agree that option 2 would be what I'd go for.
Option 2.
All right, I'm agreeable to option 2. I'm fine with that.
So is the board member who has a problem with option 2?
Are we okay?
Option 2, then. Yeah, I think for me, it's the day to end school that I would hate to see students have to come back the 16th and 17th. I don't mind missing turning President's Day into a full school day wouldn't bother me.
That first day of spring break, I think we might
be fighting
with some teacher mental health on that one.
I wouldn't bother with spring break. I wouldn't bother with spring break, but in terms of, of converting the 17th to a school day.
I think attendance will be so poor on those days.
On President's Day?
No, on the 16th and 17th.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
I prefer option 3.
3. Extend the school day?
30 minutes.
Well, the problem with that, what I see with option 3 is if you add 30 minutes to 16 days, then you've got people who already have kind of like a schedule and their plans, and their life revolves around this certain schedule, that you're going to disrupt that for 16 days to get 30 extra minutes in.
Is it possible for us to survey teachers and find out what they think?
Not if we're going to go with one of the options that has February.
Well, even though possibly you could do that, but I think it would be to our advantage to make a decision tonight in terms of what the board prefers about those 4 days, because it's possible we're going to miss some other days. I've looked at the forecast, for example, for tomorrow. So I think it would be good if we would settle on what we're gonna do for those 4 days, because, you know, I think folks are gonna feel most have seen the shadow or something.
So do we need a motion like what we wanna?
Yeah, I think we're
I'd make a motion that we go with option 2.
Second.
So we have a motion by Ms. Bond, a second by Mr. Rogers to look at option 2, where we convert early dismissal days to full days. And this is to make up the 4 days that we've already missed. So we might have to add to that. But we probably need to do a roll call vote for this option. So Mr. Rogers?
Yay.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Lane?
Yes.
Ms. Bond?
Yes.
Mr. Scott? Yes. Ms. Hobbs? No. And I'm a yes. So the motion passes that we will do option 2, convert early dismissal days to full days to make up the 4 days that have been missed so far. Understanding that if we miss additional days, we will have to go back and make up those days too. And you can make this announcement, Dr. Shannon, we're going to do option 2.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
So we're now down to use of facility requests.
Excuse me. We have Mr. James Cook with Nuisance Athletic Association, who is requesting the use of Meharron Elementary School from March 1st through October 1st at 5 o'clock p.m. for baseball practice. He's requesting the outdoor field for practice. Insurance has been obtained, and the request includes consideration for waiving the building use fees. And I do recommend that those fees are waived.
I make a motion that we approve the request with the waiving of the fees.
I have a motion by Ms. Bond, a second by Ms. Hobbs. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. And then we have an approval on overnight field trip. Dr. Shannon?
Yes, the Future Business Leaders of America representatives are requesting permission to take 20 students to the Hyatt and Reston Conference Center in Reston, Virginia for the State Leadership Conference for FBLA. That conference will be held April the 3rd through the 6th, and the costs are included, and they're just requesting permission because it's an overnight trip. They will leave at 3 o'clock on the 3rd, and they will return at 12:30 on the 6th.
And you do recommend?
I certainly recommend it, yes.
I have a motion by Ms. Hobbs, a second by Mr. Scott to approve the FBLA overnight field trip request. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. So we are now down to the superintendent's report. Dr. Shannon?
Yes, our first report is the instructional report. And I see Ms. Dahl on her way to the podium as a representative of the Department of Curriculum and Instruction. Ms. Dahl, thank you for coming.
Good evening, Dr. Goodwin, Dr. Shannon, board members, and all present. The February instructional report topics are as follows. January professional development, winter growth and benchmark assessment schedule updates, SDBQ analysis sheets for teachers, spelling bee, and Inmetum exact path challenge. A 2-hour training for secondary teachers on Houghton Mifflin Harcourt's Into Literature core program was held on January 24th via Zoom. Feedback from teachers was very positive. They were thankful for the abundance of resources that HMH Ed, the online platform, has to offer. Lexia training for elementary teachers on Core 5 was canceled due to the closure of school on January 24th. It had been rescheduled for February 27th, which is an early dismissal day, which we will now reschedule. Those teachers not scheduled to attend the Into Literature training were given an opportunity to work on their VLA courses on the UVA Canvas platform. As you can see here, the state winter growth assessments and local benchmark assessments were also rescheduled due to the weather and cancellation of school. The aforementioned assessments were completed this past week. We were happy to finally get those under our belt.
Just as an FYI, on those early dismissals, February 27th isn't one of them. That one still stays. You don't have to rearrange it.
Perfect. Thank you. Our data analyst, Rachel Vogue, has been and will be providing high school SOL and elementary and middle school winter growth assessment data following each testing session. She targets a 24-hour turnaround to support remediation. Data is shared with principals and teachers and is sorted by grade level and content area. Teachers are able to see overall and individual student success by each SOL strand and content descriptor. Southampton Middle School's classroom spelling bees took place at the beginning of February. Winners were submitted to Mrs. Peace on or before February 6th. The local school bee will take place this Wednesday in the SMS auditorium at 9:30 a.m. The winner of the school bee will be sent to WHRO for the regional school bee that will take place on March 29th in Norfolk. Students at each of our 4 elementary schools will participate in a monthly Exact Path challenge. Exact Path is an online platform that designs a learning path for each student based on their STAR Math assessment results. Admenum, the parent company of Exact Path, recommends that students complete at least 2 30-minute lessons per week. The homeroom that completes the most lessons in February will receive their school's trophy. So I have little trophies for each building. The challenge will take place again in March and April, and then at the end of the month, the trophy will go to the next homeroom winner. Any questions?
Any questions for Dr. Shannon?
I have a request. Can the schools break down their growth assessment or benchmark data next meeting for us?
Oh, I'm sorry, you need to address your question, Dr. Shannon.
Their growth assessment data, can we, or the benchmark data, can we see some of that data?
Sure, we normally have a data meeting, so we will be having one either in March or April.
Okay.
And traditionally it's in March, so it's forthcoming.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Dr. Shannon, you want to move on to maintenance operations?
Yes, Mr. Melby, the next report is yours. Maintenance operations, transportation.
Good evening, Dr. Goodwin, Board, Dr. Shannon, just a real quick set of updates here for you. HVAC updates, they continue to take place at the middle school with all different components. The control system, getting repairs and replacements, working with the move, Chesapeake Controls and HES, all putting in on that. The HVAC system issues that we had here at the high school were addressed the same day. We found that the propane tanks had bad meters on them. So we were able to get, the boilers were rolling and we ran them out of fuel. So that's what the issue ended up being. So they had to come in and replace that meter on the tank. Edulog equipment, went to a meeting in Richmond Thursday to go over there. It was more of an introduction to their new system. I found out when I got there. So but I have another meeting tomorrow with Pete Salinas from Edulog to make sure that our GPS equipment is installed quickly and rather than later before we have any more interruptions, any more interruptions. Bus 242 arrived on the 31st, and as soon as we get the GPS on that, it'll be on the road. That was the last of the fiscal year 24 buses to arrive. Fiscal year 25 buses are set to arrive mid-April. So, and our buses now, any vehicle we get will be designated either G for gas, D for diesel, or EV for electric. That's what the D is for. When the first one showed up and it had G250 on it, I was like, what is this? We didn't order this. And so when I called, they explained, okay, all of them get that designation now so they know what type of engine is running. Any questions?
The bus that was involved in the accident, is that out of commission or?
The appraiser came Friday, and we are sending it to Sunny Merriman for repairs tomorrow. We got that appraisal today.
Anything to add to that, Dr. Shannon?
No. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Down to the VSB Regional Spring Art Forum, Dr. Shannon.
Yes, the Regional Spring Art Forum is going to be held on April the 22nd at 4:30 p.m. at Woodside High School in Newport News, Virginia. And of course, our school division participates every year, so we will make contact with our schools and ask for the artwork so that our students can participate in this art forum.
Down to the enrollment report.
All right, enrollment report. Our current enrollment is 2,250 students, and that was as of January, so it's actually not current, but it was current in January, with a grand total of 2,393 students. And the winner of the student award is Nottoway Elementary School with 97% attendance rate. So congratulations, Nottoway. And the winner of the Teacher Attendance Award is Southampton Middle School at 96% attendance rate. Congratulations, Middle School.
Wow. You do have calendars and newsletters included in your board documents, so please review those and attend events as your schedule will permit. We're now down to matters from the board. Ms. Bond added an item there.
So the item I added, I wanted to talk about the flashing lights in front of the schools that are on the 58 corridor. When Sheriff Weich came and talked to us about the new traffic cam program that was going to be put into place, at that point we were told that the Sheriff's Department was going to take over handling the lights, which I was thrilled because, you know, especially if they're going to be writing tickets from it, I didn't want us to be in the middle of that at all or have any part of it. So I know now that was back in April of last year. So I think now there's some question about the lights again. So I just wanted to get some clarity as to who is actually going to be responsible, where we're at with it, or what we need to do, just as a follow-up from that meeting.
All right, so I'll start the conversation off, and then Mr. Melby will just kind of chime in because he's been in communication with the Sheriff's Department. I will say that the Sheriff did come to the board and he did indicate that they would be responsible for lights. However, when we met with Brian Thrower and the Sheriff and the company that they're working with, they indicated that they misspoke and that the school division would be responsible for the lights. And so we had quite a bit of back and forth about that. Mr. Melby did some research as to what was the norm in other school divisions and in other localities. And he came back to me with information. So Mr. Melby, will you just kind of take it from there?
Yes, ma'am. And I believe what the sheriff misspoke on when he was here, and they agreed when we went back to them that if there was something that destroyed the lights or whatever that was outside of what would be covered by insurance, or the motorists that hit the light, if they weren't covered, they would step in and pay for that replacement. The other part that I wasn't clear with is that their original document said that Blue Line would replace all of the blinking lights on this corridor that they put cameras on. I was told, no, they only did it if they weren't working properly. I said, well, you guys didn't do any checks beforehand, you just went. So, been in talks with the Sheriff's Department to replace the lights. I ordered 4 lights today to replace Capron's lights. And so they're gonna step in. We're finalizing for them to replace all 18 lights within the division, to get them all at the same age, so they're running the same equipment, so we don't have any software or hardware issues with them. With that said, I fielded a bunch of phone calls about this as well. And the easiest thing, people are like, they're blinking at all times of day. I don't want to get a ticket for that. The cameras are not tied to the lights. They're tied to a schedule. It is the time between arrival and dismissal, the 30 minutes prior, 30 minutes after that time, that they blink, and that's the time the cameras are running. Every ticket that goes through is verified by the Sheriff's Department. They have to go through and click every single one of them to make sure it was the correct time, to make sure that the units were responding. They have to go through and do that for every single ticket. So we don't have anything to do with that side of it. We don't see that side of their program. But anytime we've had any issue, we have gone out, working with Bill and Travis on the software side, and then on site as well with the units and replacing pieces and trying to make sure that they are continually connected and running the appropriate schedule.
So who's paying for the lights?
The Sheriff's Department has said they are going to pay for the lights.
So they're going to pay for the lights, but then the upkeep falls to us in making sure that they're flashing at a certain time. So now that we know that, it sounds like we've ordered new equipment. Are we looking at equipment that can then be programmed remotely, software that you can go in and say, hey, turn this on, turn this off?
Yes, ma'am, and that's what we have now, but the equipment is not up to date. So we struggle with connections, and Bill and Travis have done a lot of switching out because they've gone from 2G modems to 3G to 4G over the years. So they've constantly upgraded them, but they have served their purpose. Their lifespan is done. So these four out here on 58 are really the only ones we have not had an issue with, except for the one the guy knocked out last spring.
Did you get clarity?
Yeah. So, I mean, that answers my question. It sounds like we've been assuming for this past course of the year that that was going to be taken over by them. Now that we know that it's not, we are upgrading the hardware, so then we should be able to handle the issues of them flashing at appropriate times. So, I mean, it kind of sounds like now we know we still own it, so we have to do something with it. Okay.
And that was consistent with what I found in other localities as well.
Okay. And I mean, I just needed that clarity to know where we're at. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank
Yes, ma'am.
Somebody hit one of the lights. I must have missed that.
We've had it happen twice in the last 3 years. There was a trailer that lost control outside of Capron that took one out, and then last year, middle of the night, we just found the pole sitting next to it on the ground. So somebody hit it, and it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, I think, is when the radar machine lost connectivity. So.
Additional questions? We have dates in terms of when the new lights will be installed.
Ordered today, and I asked them to put a rush, so whatever they can do. Usually, he said it's a 1 to 2 week lead time to get them here. So we'll get them and put them together and put them out as soon as possible. The nice part about this is that we're not having to replace the poles. We're just having that structure go up and having them uniform across the division of what they'll look like. That's huge, because I mean, some of these signs are eons old.
So in 3 weeks then, is that what we're saying?
For the 4 lights that I ordered today at Capron. Yes, ma'am.
So Ms. Bond, does that answer your question? Any other comments, questions about the lights? Thank you, Dr. Shannon. Mr. Melvin.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Melvin.
So pursuant to section 2.2-3711A1 and 2 of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act, the board upon a motion and a second will convene in a closed session to discuss personnel appointments, resignations, retirements, transfer requests, stipends, as well as student discipline matters and legal matter updates. At the conclusion of the closed session, the board will return to this area to take any needed action on matters discussed during the closed session. So do we have a motion for closed session? So moved. We have a motion by Mr. Scott, a second by Ms. Lane. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? So we will conduct a closed session in the teacher's lounge, and conclusion that we'll come back to this area.